Okay. Hi, friends. I figured it would be fun to do some more reading sprints today because I didn't have to work. And I wanted to start another book and I needed the motivation to do it. So I figured this would serve us well. How are you? Let's see. I don't know if anybody else is here, but that's okay. We can start our first sprint at 10 and maybe see if anybody else is going to join. What do you plan on reading tonight? I'm trying to get my chair to work. I think I'm gonna read a book in the Red Queen series. I'm really excited to pick this up because of where the first book left off, so I'm expecting a lot of messiness. Let's see. Hi, Elise. How are you? Let's see. Reading Rhythm of War. Ooh, that's fun. Have you started it already, or is this your is this you starting it tonight? Drums of Autumn. Why does that sound familiar to me? I'm blinking, but that name sounds familiar, so I'm glad you started it. Did you say you were gonna try to start? You were the. I hate that the idea if I'm confusing people, but you were reading through like City of Bones and stuff, correct? And like I was gonna ask if you had started the second book yet. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you loved Legendborn. It so good. I'm literally on a kick to get just everybody to read it because I think it just deserves so much attention and praise because it's so good. Okay, cool. I'm glad you're starting it tonight. That came out last week, right? Or this week? Sorry, I'm blanking on everything. Yes, it's so good. Honestly, Brie was my favorite, and that ending, the way Tracy ended that book, obviously I'm not gonna give spoilers, is so good. It makes me so excited to pick up the next book because I know basically all hell is gonna break loose and in a good way, and it's gonna be so amazing to experience it. Also, I'm usually not a fan of love triangles in books. I really do not like them. But the fact that at first I hated Cell, and then as soon as the last half of the book hit, I love him now is says a lot. And I literally don't mind this love triangle. Says a lot. And look at me making this a Legendborn live show again. But I literally do not mind. Oh, hello. Hi. Well, I know. Oh, I'm sad you're at work, but that's okay. Thank you for coming anyways. You're a bookseller too, right? A fellow bookseller. Basically, we're twins. Hi, MJ. How are you tonight? Last week. Okay, that's what I thought. Got you. Yes. Monique finished Legendborn and loved it, so I was just talking about it, how much I loved it. I feel like every live show now, I just gotta talk about Legendborn a little bit in order to get some people to pick it up and read it, maybe. Let's see, is everything nice? I feel like that sounds like a good one. I feel like Mindy Kaling is a really good person to be reading from. Right? I was like, wow, this dude has some issues. And then when you finally learn his issues, you're just like, oh my baby, I'm so sorry. I will protect you. You just want to protect him, but also root for him in a way too. And I'm just like, oh, so many things to love. Tucked into the fourth Outlander book. Ah, gotcha. Yes, you did mention it last week because you were saying Outlander fourth book in the got you. Got you. Yes, that's the worst though when you're reading sequels, the next book and stuff. Next book in series you've started, and you're like, which one do I go to next? Because it's so confusing. I definitely think like You should definitely continue with Outlander and then pick up because I feel like those books are thicker anyways, and then just like try and maybe read City of Ash in between. I don't know. I'm probably not the best person to tell you because I'm so bad at continue on in series. I just kind of started fixing my habit of like not continuing on, but still there. Yes, bookseller twins. I love that for us. Gotcha. Ooh, what are you eating for dinner? And I'm good. I didn't have to work today, which was amazing. I love having a day off to just hang out in my house. I was supposed to do laundry, but I didn't do that. But that's okay. I literally was just watching The Voice all day and booktube, so we love a lazy person. How are you liking Legacy of Steel? Oh. Oh, hi. Welcome. Thank you for coming and joining us. Oh, just for anybody who just joined, I was planning on starting the first sprint at 10. If you're reading, what are you reading? If not, it's okay. You do not have to read. There's no pressure. You can just hang out and be with us. Wait, so are you reading 2 books or 1? I don't know. I know, Justice, because you read Red Rising. Literally, Kay and Aaron both came into our group chat and was like, "Alana, Justice read Red Rising. When's your turn?" And I'm like, "Next year." I literally can't start any more series this year, and I can't commit. I also do not want to buy any more like first books in a series. So because of you, I'm getting pressure. See, a good chunk of Outlander and then December. Yes, I feel like that's a good plan. There are just too many books. I literally agree with you. Every time I go to work, I'm like, oh, that's a new book I haven't seen yet, or oh, I've seen that book and it's very intriguing. And I'm like, there's just too many to read and buy, and it's the worst. Let's see. Ooh, the Dragon Republic. Did you like the Poppy War? Obviously you liked it if you're going to the second one. Are you starting it tonight, or are you like in the middle of it? And you were making fun of my trust issues in Red Queen, and now you're having trust issues in Red Rising. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be suspicious of everybody. It's just my brand now. Let's see. Yes, right. Like a watch TV kind of day is just always a nice day. Ooh, shrimp noodles sounds so good. And I'm glad it's just picking up, and getting good for you. That's always the best, especially when it comes to like a sequel, you know? Kotogi by Shelley. I feel like you just changed your name, but okay. I don't know what's happening. I did. Awesome. I'm glad. Um, are you excited that The Burning God is out now? Yeah, Erin really loves Red Rising, and she basically got Kay to read it. She almost got Chanel to read it, but Chanel put it down for a bit. She got Justice to read it. She's trying to get me to read it. I'm not committing yet because I don't want to. And she's just getting everybody on a Red Rising kick right now. Let's see. Chapter 8. Awesome. I'm glad. That sounds like a good chapter to be on. Okay. So I'm gonna start the next one at 10. So we have a minute. Just so for everybody who joined, I'm gonna be starting Glass Sword, which is the second book in the Red Queen series. I'm obsessed a little bit with. I read the first book and I really loved it. So I'm going to try and read the second book, and hopefully things turn out well because the way this first book ended was very intense. So we shall see. Sorry for messing up my words. All right, I'm gonna start the timer because it's 10 now, and we're gonna read for 20 minutes. And yeah, I'll let you know once it ends and everything. That's 20. How did everybody do? Let's see. Oh, yeah, I relate to that. I'm kind of the same way. Like, I prefer a series to be finished before I officially really start it. So I definitely get that. Let's see. Hi, welcome. I got, let's see, how many pages did I get? 9 pages into this. I had to keep going downstairs because I kept forgetting stuff. But I am enjoying it. It basically picks off where the first one left off. So I enjoyed that, and things are already intense, but I am loving it. Okay, we're gonna just. All right, let's see, 19. Oh, you're crying. I'm so sorry. Hi, welcome. Let's see. 3 pages, got distracted. Yes, same, honestly. My family kept distracting me, so I definitely get it. But I'm glad you at least got 3 pages. That's better than none. Anybody else? Let's see. Poet X and Heartbeat Braves. Ooh, I haven't heard of the Heartbeat Braves, but I know the Poet X is really good. I just finished reading Clap When You Land by her, and the audiobook is so good. So I'm glad you're reading that. Let's see. 30 pages down, 40 to go until the end. Ooh, so you're almost done. Congrats. I love that for you. I'm glad you just started. Let's see. For those of you who just joined, what are you reading? We'll do our next sprint at 40, if that's good with y'all. Yes, it was so good. I think for me, I'm usually like reading things in verse is really hard, but I think it helps listening to it. So her audiobook definitely, I feel like, made it enjoyable for me overall. And I really liked hearing the stories about like the sisters and stuff too. So I'm glad we both loved it. But yeah, I don't really know what to expect from this. I mean, I expect it to be good because I liked the first one, but so far, like, things are happening, but I don't know where they're gonna lead yet, so I don't really have any opinions, which is okay. Let's see. Favorites this year. Ooh, yes, Clap When You Land is definitely a favorite. Future Home of the Living Gods. That sounds interesting. I want to try and get back into dystopians. I'm gonna be honest, Veronica Roth ruined dystopians. Because Divergent was so bad to me that I was like, I can't read any other dystopian because I'm literally mistrustful of this genre now. But did you just start it, or are you like in the middle of it? Are you enjoying it? I haven't read any verse. Yeah, so I personally haven't read a lot of verse either. I think Elizabeth Acevedo is a really good place to start. So either The Poet X or Clap When You Land, I think would be good places to start. Because one, I'm pretty sure the audiobooks and just the books in general are I don't want to say because they're short, that's good, but they're like shorter. So I feel like those would be good places to land. And for the audiobooks, Elizabeth Acevedo narrates her own stuff too. So I feel like that makes it even more interesting and enjoyable because like she loves her stuff so much that she's like, all right, I'll like read it or do the voices for it, which is good. I feel like she does a really good job of portraying like the story and the emotions, and just like it makes it more authentic because like these are her words, like this is her story she's writing and stuff, but like it's even cooler hearing her read it, I guess, if that makes sense. So I really enjoyed the audiobooks, and I think she's probably the best place to start. If anybody else who reads verse or has read other books in verse has any other recommendations, then definitely leave them in the comments because that would be nice. But I definitely recommend her. So bad, and then we have them. Okay, I'm definitely gonna write that down then. Yeah, her like the ending of that series of that trilogy really threw me off of dystopian for a while. I was like, I can't trust it. I don't even really want to. Like, it was just done so badly that I was like it's to the point where I can't read anything else by Veronica Roth because I'm like, can't trust you as a writer because that was just so bad. Oh my gosh, hi, thank you for coming. So glad you're here. If you're going to join us, what are you reading? You also don't have to read to join us. You can just come hang out if you want, if you're not planning on reading anything tonight. No pressure, no pressure. Oh, then I might start the audiobook tomorrow. Yes. I felt the same way. Like I will say I started the Podex and I put it down, so I didn't get to finish it yet. But I was enjoying what I was hearing. And then I read to Clap When You Land this month and I listened to the audiobook, which is only 6 hours. And it was so good. And I honestly listened to it straight through without any breaks. And I really loved it. So I definitely recommend Elizabeth Acevedo. I know of some other books that are in verse, but I haven't read them and I haven't heard a lot of people talk about them. So I don't really know if I don't want to say I don't know if they're good, but I don't know if they're as good as Elizabeth Acevedo, to be honest with you. Okay, let's see. Agreed. Yes. I'm glad you agree. Okay, because I was just like, Veronica Roth is just not someone I can trust anymore as an author. Let's see. I'm reading Rhythm of War. Awesome. Are you liking it? Are you like in the middle, or did you just start? I know it came out last week, so let's see. Can we do the next? Yeah, if we can start at 45, if that's cool with everybody, I don't mind. Literally, you just missed it. So, not my fault you came late, bro. But yeah, Elizabeth Acevedo is a good place to start if you're looking for verse. Also, just like the diversity, too. We love a diverse author. Okay, trying to think. What else are y'all planning on reading next? If you finish your books soon, I think I'm gonna try. So I have a Glass Sword, and I don't want to just. Well, I have this one, and then the Last Ember book comes out next week, so I think I might switch to that when that comes out because I'm so ready to read it. But I'm also nervous because I know I'm gonna get emotional because it's gonna end. I'm not ready. Let's see. Yes, I'm glad you agree. I liked what I had listened to so far. I definitely need to pick it back up and finish. I just haven't gotten around to it. I think it's because I know I can borrow it anytime from my library, so that makes me like focus on the things that I have more of a time limit, if that makes sense. So I gotta fix that. Yes, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Are you a big Brandon Sanderson fan? I'm tempted to start some of his stuff next year because I've heard so many things about his books. I might start, and a lot of people say Mistborn is like the Mistborn trilogy or series or whatever it is like the best place to start. Let's see, highly recommend. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm still debating. Besides the Last Ember book, I'm like, what else am I gonna read? I think I have my December TBR picked out though, so I'm probably just gonna have to pick from that. Try not to deviate. Let's see, I'm the first up. Okay. I'm trying to think of what else. 5-minute warning, by the way. But yeah, so trying to think. So I have like a couple ideas. what I want to happen in this book, but I honestly don't know. I literally texted my best friend and I was like, "Oh, I'm reading this book. Like, I finally finished the first one, gonna move on to the second one." And she just laughed at me. And then she was like, "You're not ready." And I was like, "That's so mean." She's like mocking my pain. Let's see, you're almost done with the Indigathon. Awesome. That's cool. I didn't really participate this month. Because I decided like the last 3 months of this year I wasn't gonna participate in any more readathons because I really wasn't. I wasn't even really reading because I've been in a weird slump. So I was like, you know what? Let me just not participate and actually focus on reading books like at a time and not put too much pressure on myself with that. Let's see, we fall in love. Let's see. I tried to start this one but couldn't get into it, but have since come back to it and appreciate it more. Okay, that's good to know. Maybe I'll like check out because I know doesn't he have another trilogy or something? Maybe I'll check that out too with Mistborn and figure out which ones I like most. I remember starting with The Way of Kings. That's where I started. It was book life changing. Okay, then I'll make a note of that. The Way of Kings too. Thank you for the recommendation. I'm not muted. Yep, that's you. That's a fail. Okay. Oh gosh, yes. Okay, read Legendborn. You're gonna make me turn this into another Legendborn live show again, but it's so good. Honestly, all-time favorite book of this year. I probably like favorite book right now in general. It's just like the way Tracy Deonn writes it and just how the story unfolds is so amazing, especially with like how she ties like the fact that like Bree is black and she ties in the history of slavery and just being black in the South into the story as well, especially with the fact that like when she finds the secret society, it is mainly white, and the author like does not hide that. She's like they literally call it colonizer magic, and then the fact that she gets to learn like their history with it, but then she also gets to go back and learn her own like ancestors' history behind the magic is so amazing, and the book is so diverse. Again, going I honestly just went on a tangent. I'm so sorry, but it's so good. I literally will preach to anybody who will listen to me. Even at my store, like whenever somebody needs a recommendation, I preach that because I'm like, it's so amazing and it deserves all the hype it's getting. Like, I haven't seen anybody who's read it who has not liked it. And like, there are a lot of books where I could be like, oh, that was overhyped or anything like that, but this literally is deserving of the hype that it's getting, because again, haven't seen anybody who's read it not like it. So if that sways you at all, let me know. Let's see. Loved Brandon Sanderson books. I'm gonna give him a try. Also, 1-minute warning. Right? Like, I'm like, oh, the last book, I'm not ready. There's so many emotions that are going to be had. I literally went into the back of my store because we got it in. I opened it to the first page and I was like, whose like POV are we getting? And I looked and I was like, I'm not ready. And I closed it because I was like, not ready. Too much. Brand new to booktube and did my first video on this month. Lots of fun, but so much. Yes. Okay. So I didn't start doing readathons until my second year on booktube. I recommend starting slow because I did not do that and I was very, very overwhelmed. So definitely start slow and definitely do the ones that are really interesting and you really love. And then yeah, they're so fun though. And so I feel like they do such a good job of connecting you with other people in the community in general. So I definitely encourage it. Okay. Here for the 13 Legendborn live. Yes. Yes. I'm literally just one day I'm just gonna have a straight up just a Legendborn live and I'm gonna be like, anybody who's read this book, come talk to me about it. Please. Let's see. Yes, I approve. I love it. If you need to come talk to me on Twitter about it at all, you're welcome to, or on here. Like, I literally will talk to anybody about Legendborn that I can, honestly. Okay, and we're gonna start the sprint now because I don't want to push it further. But yeah, that's me gushing about Legendborn, and I'll probably come back after this sprint and gush about it more. No shame. All right, that was 20. How did everybody do? I only read a couple pages because there's some, like my aunt was downstairs, so I went down to talk to her for a bit. But how did everybody else do? I'm probably gonna do one more sprint and then I'm gonna have to call it for the night because something came up, so I can't do the full 2 hours like I had planned, which is fine either way. But we'll do the next sprint at 15 if you're all cool with that. But other than that, how did you all do? Let's see. Aw, I don't know if MJ's still here, but thank you for coming and hanging out. Appreciate it. Hope your call is fun. Let's see. Aw, hi, welcome. Is it I know there's like two These Violent Delights I feel like that came out. Is the one by Chloe Gong? Because that one I'm really looking forward to. And if it is that one, let me know what you think of it so far. 15 pages, not slacking. Honestly, that's more than me. You're doing great. Let's see, 6 pages left. Congrats. That's amazing. Honestly, you can just drown me out if you want to finish those 6 pages right now. I honestly understand the need to finish a book, especially when you have that many pages left. Let's see, 4 pages. Awesome. Let's see, anybody else? 10 pages. Congrats. That's amazing. I'm like slightly jealous of all of you for reading so much. But that's okay. No pressure. Take your time and read. Forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm excited to hopefully get to read more of this. I'll probably read more later tonight once we get off too. Because it's giving me a little bit of X-Men vibes almost, and I like love X-Men, so I'm like, yes, we're here for it. Let's see. Yeah, right. I'm so sorry. Again, feel free to just drown me out or mute me. I'm probably not going to be talking about too many important things anyways. 6 pages to be finished is more important. Definitely understand. Let's see. Yeah, we'll start our next sprint at 15. Do one last 20-minute sprint and then be good to go. Hopefully everybody is okay with that. Trying to think. I was working on an outro, like a new outro screen for my channel, because I was like, oh, I want a Christmas themed one this year. So since I was like, oh, I only read a few pages, I was like, I'll start on that too. So I'm kind of excited. I think it looks pretty good so far. Yeah. Are y'all enjoying the book so far? I know there's someone reading Outlander. There's multiple people reading Rhythm of War. How's that going? I think someone was reading a dystopian, and then sorry, I'm honestly going back up to check on what people are reading because my memory is so bad. You're loving Rhythm of War. That's good. I think are there any books y'all are looking forward to reading or like getting that are coming up at the end of this year or maybe next year? There's the Last Ember series for me that I'm really excited to get my hands on. And then there's another, Karen M. McManus writes YA thrillers. She's coming out with a new one next month called The Cousins, and I'm really excited to get my hands on it because I really like her writing style. I think she does a really good job with, like, her storytelling, and then literally the ending of each book she's written, and they're all standalones, ends in such a shocking way, at least to me, and I always get, like, surprised because it's an ending, like, outcome that I don't expect, and it's kind of like a mini reveal, like, it's definitely not gonna it doesn't lead to a sequel, like, it's not a cliffhanger, but it's kind of like a reveal of, like, "Oh my gosh, that I wasn't expecting that," and then it just ends, and she always does that for her endings, it's interesting. But I like the fact that she always has a new story and, like, new things happening, and she doesn't seem to repeat, which I enjoy. So I'm excited to see what this new book of hers comes out. Oh, so I'm reading Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. It's the second book in the Red Queen series. I was talked into reading the first one at the beginning of this month, and I really loved it. So I decided I would start the second one this week because I was kind of obsessed and I wanted to know what happened next. It's so funny because I know so many people have said so many different things for um the Red Queen series, but I'm actually really enjoying it. I don't know if it's because I just was never there when it was hyped or what, but love it. Bear and Nightingale next, but no. Honestly, okay, you could totally do Clap When You Land and then do Bear and the Nightingale because the audiobook is 6 hours. So, and if you listen to audiobooks on like 2 times speed, that's 4 hours. So you could literally get it done in a day and then still move on to the Bear and Nightingale and you got 2 books. Like, you know what I mean? So I definitely think you could do that. Oh, thank you for coming. Have a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If not, then just have a good Thursday. Let's see. Or Red Sister next. I've heard good things about Red Sister. That's the one by Mark Lawrence, right? I haven't heard of The Sword of Kaigon, so I have no idea. But that sounds interesting. I've heard good things about Red Sister though, so I feel like those are good options for you. Let's see. Yes. See, like I like having a plan. That way you get more books in 1 month if that's what you're trying to do. If not, that either way you still get more books. Let's see. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving everybody if you celebrate. If you don't, then I'm gonna wish you a happy Wednesday night, Thursday. All right, so 1 more minute until the last sprint, and then we can do some more reading. And then next year, there are some. I don't know if I have all my anticipated reads for next year planned out, but I'll continue this conversation after our sprint. All right, it's 15. Gonna start it. Gotcha. That's 20. I got to chapter 3, which was really good. Things are getting good. There are new elements being added, which I like. How did everybody else do? Let's see what everybody said. Possibly Robin Hobb. I've heard good things about Robin Hobb. I don't know if you know Erin from Booked and Busy, that's her favorite author, so she always talks so highly about her. But there are a lot of choices that makes it so rough sometimes. Let's see. Thank you for joining. I will say this was the last sprint. I'm sorry. I have to end it a little early tonight, unfortunately. But thank you for coming. And honestly, that sounds so good. Because I love me some Christmas reads, honestly. Let's see. 20%. That's good. Are you doing the Poedex right now or the other one that you said you're reading? Yay, you started. Oh my gosh, that'll be so good. I'm so excited to hear what you think about it. 5 pages. That's amazing. Let's see. Another 4%. We love that for you. I'm like intrigued with what Victoria Aveyard is doing with this series because it's hooking me in. It's hooking me in, all the drama. I love it. Anybody else read any more? Let's see if I post last but forgot to come back. I'm reading. That's okay. I definitely understand. I'm glad you finished it though. So congrats to you for that. Yeah, so I'll probably end this at 40, so we have about like 3 more minutes. So that way we can end it on an even time, if that makes sense. I don't know why that's a thing, but let's see, 20 minutes in. Right? Like, I feel like she does such a good job of portraying the emotions of her characters in her audiobooks, and I feel like the Poedex is the same way, so I'm so glad you're loving it. Oh my gosh, 5 books? I'm jealous of you, because I feel like I used to read like that, but as I got older and I had to, like, do adult things, definitely can't finish 5 books in a day, but I give you props. Aw, thank you for coming. I think I'm gonna try and host one next Wednesday again if I don't have to work, but we will see. But I'm gonna try to do these a lot more frequently. I feel like I've done one every week so far this month, which I don't mind. So thank you again for joining. I hope you enjoy Rhythm of War, and I hope it ends the way you want it to. You're welcome. Yeah, could not finish 5 books in a day. I am amazed by you right now. It's a good day if I can finish 1 book, honestly. So yeah, again, props. But alrighty, so 1 more minute before I shut down for the night. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me and reading. I hope you all have a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If you don't, then I hope you have a good Thursday and the rest of your week, and that it ends on a very good note. But yeah, I will see y'all later. Alright, bye. Oh, yay! Thank you. I'm excited to see you there. Yes, get Legendborn, by the way. I support this, especially because it's on sale. And yeah. Okay. Bye, friends.